On today's episode of Watch JR Go, Gabe's man van tried to burn itself to the ground. That's he's done with it. What is going on, guys? I am Watch JR Go, and today we are here with Gabe's Volkswagen Routan, or Chrysler Town & Country?
Dodge Caravan.
Dodge Caravan. It's a whole bunch of different things, but
it's whatever it feels like.
Yesterday, Gabe pulled in here with the van, and I walked by, and I was like, huh, we better put brakes on that thing soon. It smells like the brakes are on fire. And then Gabe comes outside a few minutes later, tried to start it, and was like, the van's dead. And you're like, how? He just drove here like 10 minutes before. So he came out and touched the battery cables and said they were like 150 degrees. I mean, they were burning, the battery cables.
I don't think I said exactly how hot they were, but I did show you the burns on my hand.
It did burn your hand, and then I grabbed them because I was like, not that hot. Like,
surely it's not that.
No, it was like 150, 200 degrees. I mean, it was they felt like spaghetti. So they were very, very hot. So
I don't usually grab spaghetti.
Yeah, I know, right?
Like that. Who does that?
But
seriously, who does that?
The battery was a 0 volts after I grabbed the meter. Yeah. 0 volts. So that was pretty wild. We unhooked the battery and then found out it had like the caps had popped off of it. It had like dead cells. And it was a new battery. So we went back to O'Reilly's and I was like, must just be a shorted cell internally. We grabbed a new battery. We put a new Superstart Platinum AGM in this thing. I'm glad you got the Platinum. I like the Platinums a lot.
That's how I roll.
Yep. And they swapped us out, put a new battery in the van, came back, and we checked it, and now it's not charging.
Yep. 12
volts running and dropping. So after a couple of minutes, we checked the battery cables again, and they were burning hot spaghetti.
Yep.
Burning hot spaghetti. Yeah, I mean, it also smells like a brake fire. It smells like it's about to burn to the ground.
Yeah.
So what we're gonna do today is hook the battery up. We unhooked it last night to prevent forest fires. Only you can prevent them.
I thought it was only you.
It's one of us.
It's one of us. We can prevent forest
fires. Gotta talk to Smokey. Gotta talk to Smokey about that. We're gonna hook the battery back up, drive it in the shop real quick, and keep troubleshooting. I think we're gonna start with an alternator because it wasn't charging, and then we'll go from there.
Gotta do it.
Gotta do it.
Yep.
All right. Hood. Wow, we really unhooked this thing, didn't we?
Well, we had to.
Okay, you're what are you thinking?
I'm thinking
negative first?
I'm thinking we put positive on first.
Well, usually I would, but I keep trying to tighten this because I don't know what that random ground lead is, and it might matter. So the positive obviously only has the connector. It's a lot easier. So let's just do make sure that's nice and as tight as it needs to be. Ready? Brake. Okay, drive the van. We ran this on my jump. Ooh, it didn't want to start. We did this on my jump pack yesterday, and it took that monster NOCO I have down to half and over-temped it in a couple of seconds. So we know we only have a couple of seconds to get this thing unhooked. That was some record time. I grabbed my glove and I ripped the battery cable back off.
Look what it did to his glove.
It
turned into a napkin.
It's crazy.
Crazy.
There's nothing left, no finger holes. It's hot. I wish we had the infrared temp in here, but that's like almost burning your hand. Just a couple seconds.
Ouch.
Yeah, it's hot. It's really hot. All right, well, it looks like the old alternator's right here, and hopefully it's not the end of the world to get in here, but we're just gonna try to figure it out. And I mean, I'm thinking it won't be a big deal, but it might be a front clip removal because it's pretty tight right there. So we're just jumping right in here, guys. Gabe's gonna just start yanking things apart because I think you can just...
Pretty much how this goes.
It's a lot of yanking.
Keep pulling bolts until there's like 70 bolts to pull, and then
we can see the alternator down there, and we figure this should be doable. What I worry about is the washer fluid reservoir. It's like the one thing that I think is kind of in the way of getting that alternator that's straight under this hose here, the coolant hose. So a little yanking there, a little yanking here, and we'll have the airbox out, and we'll just kind of... Yeah, look at that. We're halfway there. There's so much room in the engine bay now.
So much room.
So much room for activities.
Pop this, then we'll pop that.
Next activity?
Yep.
It just seems easy. A lot of popping going on.
A lot of popping.
I really don't think...
We could pop that.
Do we even need to take that off, or we could just take this clamp off?
We can take it off right there.
Oh yeah, good call. That'll work. We better change this air filter. 21, man. She's neglected. That's so many years.
It is a lot of years.
You better get an alternator and an air filter.
You know what? That sucker came off back there. I'm just gonna go and pull it off the thing.
Oh yeah, why not? Why not?
It's one of those center.
Oh yeah, pull-ups.
Yeah.
Plus you got IAT to remove. Oop, IAT removed. I have my favorite trim tool, the one from Temu, that was like less than 99 cents.
Let's see if Temu does it.
It's literally the best one. I use it for everything.
Is it Temu or Temu?
I don't know. All I know is that thing was a couple of dollars with hundreds of clips. So I sure am happy about it.
I'm gonna grab these, and it's like the hardest part of the whole car right here. Just trying to.
Get that clip out.
What a pain.
I unhooked IAT, so I think
Yeah, it should just be.
there's nothing else. Wow, that thing is it's like wrestling an anaconda. What we got here? Ah, this still looks great. I mean, she's a little dirty on the inside, but that's not a bad looking filter. Let's see. Not bad, not bad. It kind of looks like the air box is just one yank away from coming out because I pulled the power steering reservoir here. Well, we're trying to do this job in a way where we don't have to unhook the coolant hose that runs over to the thermostat housing because it's...
Well, nobody's got time for that.
Yeah, nobody's got time for that. It's just not fun to mess with coolant when you're just trying to change an alternator. So let's jump in here and take a quick look. So obviously we went ahead and pulled the wheel well liner and the lower liner here, and you can see the AC compressor. You can see that it probably could use a valve cover. And we've got the tensioner right there, so having this off makes it super easy to get to our belt tensioner. Oh yeah, she's a little wet down there too. You can see a little bit of oil coming down from the top. Our alternator right there looks like it's gonna be easy to get to that bottom bolt. There's two on the top of it, and then I already unhooked all the electrical. You can see that red connector right there is the sense wire from the ECU, and the battery's also disconnected from the alternator. So we think we've got a good thing going here. All we gotta do now is pop that belt off and see if we can wiggle this thing out of here.
Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle.
I'm really hoping it comes out of the wheel well, but I think you might be right about it.
I've got my doubts.
Yeah.
You know, it's just with the AC lines and everything there.
It's pretty tight.
Pretty tight.
It is pretty tight
And
in this engine bay.
it definitely does need a new valve cover gasket on both sides and
About time. It's got 200,000 miles on her.
ish.
You've driven it.
Yes, I have.
All right, let's pull the belt off and we'll just go from there and keep trying to MacGyver our way through this one. I'm not looking, I promise.
Oh, sorry.
Anyway, we decided we didn't want to get coolant all over us today, so we put a hose on the drain for the radiator for probably the first time ever, and then I just opened up the drain and we're dumping it all down. I guess we decided we're gonna go ahead and pull that upper coolant hose off of there and make our lives easy. So hopefully this way we can recover it all and not spill it all over the floor. Pretty wild. We made ourselves a little bit of room in the engine bay here by taking out the washer fluid reservoir because it just takes up the snout for it. It takes up all the room in the engine bay. So there's the washer fluid tank. It was actually pretty easy to unhook, just 2 tins. You can take it right out the bottom. And now we should be just moments away from those 2 bolts you can see sticking out of the alternator and dropping this thing off. It looks like the alternator's loose, right?
Yep, loose. We got those 2 bolts off.
Oh, it's gotta come way forward, man. You got, when I say forward, guys, I mean towards the passenger wheel. That's how you have to do this. There, she turned loose. And now, you just have to fight it out of this little bitty hole.
Oh my god, this is like getting that downpipe in on the sky.
This is the worst game of Tetris ever.
Fortunately, I'm a Tetris master.
You're not even Russian. Ooh, that's looking pretty good. I like where you're at right there.
Yeah.
Oh, you might pull that cam sensor connector off. Oh, there we go. Get all that junk out of the way. Both cam sensor connectors, actually, but I think you got her. What's the recommended procedure for this? Remove the whole front end, the radiator, front clip, just take it all out? Is that? It's the only thing I can assume.
I'm thinking I might drop the engine.
Drop the engine.
Toe.
Oh, it does come out. All right, I actually want to take this to O'Reilly's and spin it up and see what their thoughts are on this. Ooh, is this cooked?
That looks cooked to me.
That looks like it's been 10,000 degrees. That sticker was white one time. Let's go spin it up at O'Reilly's and see what they say. Because I'm just interested. I've never seen one where the thing's shorted internally. Does this look like fire too? I think it's been a 500-degree alternator at some point.
This thing was fire.
Did this? What's this? Is that metal that fell into it? What's these?
Brother.
I guess it's just dirt. Let's go see what happens. It was some.
Look at where it comes from. All the way back there.
Is it wire out of the
It's
alternator?
wire that's actually coming out.
Okay. Let's go plug it in. Let's go plug it in. We are here to do some science. This is some science that I want to see.
And we're doctors again.
What if we burn the store down? That could be bad. We almost burned a van down. We just keep going.
We got a blue van down.
What's up?
Yes.
We've got Colin, the professional alternator tester here.
I don't know about all that.
And the alternator's all rigged up, ready. Close cover. Start. I did not know the motor
Does the tensioning?
Yeah, the motor pulling back is super cool.
That is great.
Oh wow, yeah, it really grabs it.
That's awesome.
Now that it's closed though, we can't smell if smoke comes out.
Nope.
Ooh, short circuit during alternator test.
Well, that would be why.
Will it spin it?
No. Hold on. It's saying you didn't connect it up right.
Oh, I connected it right. What do you think this alternator has a dead short inside it? I mean, Colin connected it right. Don't. I had nothing to do with this. It's gonna do the exact same thing.
Yep.
Gabe and I were pretty sure it was dead shorted.
That's it.
Well,
It's done.
it's done.
It's done.
The smoke came out and everything.
Wow.
It gave up the ghost.
You know what they say? All electrical items have smoke inside them.
Shorted internal components.
I like it.
There you go.
I like it. Let's put a new one in. Thanks for me testing that alternator.
No worries, man.
All right, we're out of here. All right, we should be moments away from Gabe having a running man van again. Drop it. right in the hole.
just like it, and there it goes. So,
Yeah, well, that's
just
how you
do the
do
whole
it in
snap
that
thing. And
car mechanic simulator. You do it
Yes.
pretty much like that, except you still have to tighten the bolts in car mechanic simulator.
do they ever cross thread though?
No, they never cross.
See,
thread.
that's not. There's no way it's real.
It's got that going for it.
Yeah.
Well, Gabe's got some shiny new bling here without a burnt off sticker there.
look at that.
Yeah, it looks awesome. So let's get this bad boy in there. And also, while he is dropping that into the hole,
Alto, Unidad a la Tiende.
I can't understand that. He said he also has a warning about a failed washer level sensor. And I pulled this out accidentally while I was pulling the tank. And it does look really nasty in there. So I actually bet that it has failed. Which, it's kind of interesting that they have any logic to figure out if this sensor failed when it's literally two wires connected to two terminals where the resistance changes if liquid. So either way, there's a new one coming and it'll be at O'Reilly's by 3. So I am gonna take this outside and dump out what's left of the washer fluid there. It's full of chunks too. We're gonna wash this thing and we're gonna fill it up so it works properly.
Don't judge my washer fluid. I like it chunky.
You're not supposed to order it that way. Well, we've got the alternator back in and the belt on. It just took a couple of minutes. Gabe said the alternator went in even easier
Way easier.
than it came apart.
It was literally a drop in at that time.
All right, we've got the meter on DC, 12.51 volts currently. Go ahead and start her up and let's see what happens. Hopefully it starts. If it doesn't, we'll start yanking stuff apart. That's what I'm talking about. 13.4, 13.5. We're almost there. Yeah. All right.
So I put coolant in.
Yeah, we do need to put coolant in.
Yeah.
It's the last thing.
All right. Just a little bit of heat there, but it's nothing crazy like it was.
That's from starting it and charging 4 volts back into it real quick.
Yeah, no. Before it was like we did that and it was like,
Yeah, and also we could watch the voltage drop almost a volt every second. So we'll see where it recovers to, just make sure everything's okay here in a minute or two. It looks like it's really calming down already.
yeah.
And then we'll call it good. Just to be sure, we've had this sitting here for about 5 minutes and the voltage drop has completely stabilized to where a battery should be resting for the most part. So it was at 12.58 for like 3 minutes, now it's 12.57. I think we're good. I think we're totally good. Shorted alternator, can you believe that? Fully shorted alternator.
That was impressive.
Almost burnt the whole thing to the ground. And we are back now with coolant, a very clean washer reservoir. I flushed this thing, dish soaped it. I spent a lot of time flushing this thing out. So it should be ready to rock. We got washer fluid, we got pink coolant, we got a new sensor for the washer tank, and we're just gonna start putting it all back together. So we're gonna jump right in here and get to it as fast as possible. Flat side goes up. That's the install guide. And the O-ring's already in there. So you will have to, especially now that I got all the gooey mess out of it.
There it is.
Perfect. Sweet. All right, I'm gonna put this in. I'll let you put in. Basically all the rest of this is done. And we're gonna button it up. Do the magic, Gabe. This is it. As soon as that engine cover goes on, you know it's all good.
So it better be.
Yeah, we got everything back together. We got our washer tank in there. We have washer fluid. Go for it. Bluetooth only.
Bluetooth only.
Only allowed Bluetooth.
Bluetooth with the...
And plus, we really need to leak check it. That's really the key. I thought you were going to go full salt bay there for a minute.
Oh, I thought about it.
I could see it. I could see you thinking about it.
Then I remembered my neck hurt, and yeah, maybe not.
All right. I don't see any leaks. Hopefully that solves your washer fluid warning lights and error forever.
Probably.
Now for a little coolant, and you're ready to drive. All right, guys, it's 3 hours later, and we went to a birthday party, and we're back, and now it's time to finish Gabe's car.
I didn't go to the birthday party.
Well, you almost.
I brought... What?
You brought cake.
I brought cake.
Yeah, that's... All right, let's put this wheel on. Oh, the wheel well liner.
Yeah,
wheel well liner.
Yes.
That's... We would have been done hours ago, but the wheel well liner takes quite a bit of time to do. So let's put that wheel well liner back in there, and then Gabe will be ready to rock and roll. I'm excited to see this thing move again. I don't know if we showed this on video, but we did vacuum fill the coolant. You can see the vacuum fill tools out right there. So it's completely ready to go.
Yep.
Let's just do this wheel well liner. Gabe is back to work in the man van. An unbeatable tool that holds full 4x8 sheets of plywood. It's what everybody dreams of, really. Yeah, pull forward and get one more hit. You're a little close. Yep, basically straight back and you're good. Plus you can watch DVDs in this thing, right?
Yep.
Yeah, well, look at that.
Got 3 screens, man.
4x8 sheets of plywood and 3 screens. Back on the road.
Indeed.
Next up, we'll just do more stuff to this. There's that, a little bit of a clunk when you hit some bumps.
Just a little bit of a clunk.
Yeah.
It's
So we gotta chase that clunk down sometime. We knocked a whole bunch of lights off your dash today, so we're doing pretty good.
Yeah.
That is it for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to head on over to shop.watchcargo.com for shirts just like the one I was wearing earlier today. And please like, share, subscribe, do whatever you want to do, and I will talk to you next time.
Oh, that was fun.
Yeah, one Routan back on the Rue Road.
It
doesn't.
route that we're on.
I thought it was
On
gonna.
the route?
I thought it was gonna flow, and
It almost did.
it doesn't. It just, you can't say Routan Road.
No.
All right,
Maybe you could sing it.
let's get this thing out of here.
Routan
Let's get this thing out of here.
Take me home.